Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about OpenAI, and we are going to look into some of the practices that we can use from OpenAI. What OpenAI has to offer. So let's jump right into the topic. So at first we will look into the introductory concept, or let's say what are the parameters or what are the keywords that will be used in the OpenAI, and we will be looking into some of the model. Later on we will be looking into more detail on API references, and then we will at last we will be looking into the examples. We will be looking also into the applications of OpenAI, and let's go then. So OpenAI API are these API are used generally for generating natural language or code. They also understand natural language. From natural language we will get the either image or let's say text or code similarly, but there are certain model for each of those tasks, and also we can even fine tune our own custom model by using OpenAI API. And while jumping into the key concept, there is concept of prompt and there is a concept of completion. Prompt means an input given to the model, and generally completion means the output given by the model. For example, if you give input to a model as a write a tagline for an ice cream shop, then it will give you a certain completion, or let's say as output as we saw Bob smiles with every stroke. So it's kind of a output, which is also called completion, and prompt is a input. There is a concept of token. So token is none other than our model understand and process text by breaking it down into token. For example, hamburger is broken down into tokens called ham, bor, and gar. Generally, as a rough rule of thumb, one token is approximately 4 character or 0.75 word, and as depending upon the model, there is a token limitation. So you can only give certain words, certain number of words as an input to the model, and it depends upon the model. And as we all know model, about model, so let's go into the next slide about in more detail about model. So OpenAI uses particularly 3 kinds of model. It's GPT-3 model, it's another is Codex model, and there is content filter model. GPT-3 understand and general natural language. Codex it's related to code, and content filter is related to moderation. I'm sorry for that, moderation. But now it's called that. Let me check it. Okay, sorry for that. So now moderation technique is also being deferred, and generally they tell us to use moderation endpoint instead of content filter model. Let's talk about GPT-3 model. GPT-3 model, depending upon the capability and depending upon the speed, there are 4 models. You can use either one of them, but if you need more capable model, then you can use this DaVinci 003 model. But if you need faster result, then you can use ADA 001 model. And yes, it's sure that the capability is less in this model, capability is high in this model, price is high in this model, time is high in this model, and you can also input token is high, or let's say you can give more input token to this model. And yeah, talking about GPT-3 model, you can see DaVinci, Curie, all these models are given in the documentation section. You can look into them. Also, if you want to compare the GPT models, then there is a website called gpttools.com, and you can give input accordingly. You can use prompt accordingly. It will give you completion accordingly. You can use drop down to what kind of tasks you can do with the model, and you can just convert and do whatever thing, and it will give you the output. And based upon that output, you can compare your model. Okay, but you need an API key for that. And as we have already talked about GPT-3 model or GPT model, we will be looking into Codex model now. Codex model, as I have already told you, it's related to code. So any code, any language, you just give a natural language to them, they will do all sort of thing like code completion. They will also help you to if you give code, then they will help you to analyze the code. If you give natural language, they will give the particular code. Anything you can do, we will be looking into the in guide section. We will be looking into that in next few slides. So Codex also have a complete capable model and then this real-time model, so you can select it accordingly. So if you go to the guide section of the documentation and if you look into the text completion, it's one of the application of OpenAI APIs. In text completion, you can use GPT models to just give me a tagline. It will give you a tagline. And there is prompt design, and the another one is like decide whether a tweet sentiment is positive neutral. It can also can be used for finding and you can do sentiment analysis with OpenAI models. You can also have a you can like there is another concept of it's sentiment rating, like improving the classifier's efficiency. You can also generate powerful new ideas. You can brainstorm some ideas to me and it will give you the ideas to you. It can even brainstorm. It can even convert, like for example AI assistant is helpful, creative, clear and very friendly. So it can help in the conversation. I'm sorry, not conversation but conversation. It acts as a conversation conversation, so it can act as a body to you. You can make program accordingly also. For example, this is like generated by the model. Transformation, translation can be done, language translation can be done. You can convert the conversion. I was confused with it. So you can convert this Batman to Batman emoji. You can do that. Summarization can be done, like just summarize me this Wikipedia article and it will summarize to you. It can even complete like you give you a half sentence and it will give you a full sentence. That can be done. So lots of things are there. Lots of things are being discovered day and day. What we can do on the text completion, or let's say GPT-3 model. There is also a Codex model. So Codex model is a descendant of GPT-3 model, and there are works being done on Codex model also. For example, if you if you try this demo, you can just see right now. But let me check. I'm sorry for that. Let me check on this. I have logged in here, so it requires you to log in. So for example, if you tell the make a red ball bounce, okay, if you tell make a red ball bounce for 3 seconds, if you tell it, then I think it will. It's a Codex model. Code will be given here and it will make you a red ball and it will bounce for 3 seconds. This is also done by Codex. Codex model does that for 3 seconds. I told, but I think it didn't understand my sec, so it's like indefinitely bouncing back and forth. Let me close this. So a lot of things can be done with the Codex model too. You can write all these things. Create a list of you can ask user for the name and say hello. You can find the code for that. You can even give them for example, let me check in the same. I can do that, like give me a code for a website and it will give you a code for the website. Let me see if it does or not. Okay, give me a code for a website using React.js. Let me see. Okay, I think it will not work, but let's see its output. Okay. React website index.html. It should work. .html. Okay. I don't know where this. Yeah, we will be looking into this on the days to come. But for now, just understand that you give natural language and it will give you the code. Lots of things like MySQL query also can be generated from your. You can give explain me this, what they will give you. You can give you that, and yeah, like mock data. It's like perfect for it. Like give me a mock data. Like give me fake data for this thing, and it will generate 100 fake data. And you can explain my query, write unit test, everything. Like just look into the documentation section and you will definitely see it. You can also have like refactor me this code, rename the function, like add documentation, lot of things. Like you just got, I think you got the point what you can do from using these models, using this AI model. And we have already discussed about content filter. Now it has been replaced by moderation endpoint. And basically what the content filter is to do that, it will give you like 0 for text is safe, your prompt is safe, 1 is from it's a sensitive prompt, like 2 for unsafe prompt. But now it has been changed by, I think the completion endpoint is there, moderation endpoint is there. We'll be looking into the moderation endpoint, let's see into that. But yeah, the idea is I think you got the idea. So these are the category. Model classifies your prompt, and as for this category it will give it the output, and this is the API endpoint for moderation, and the output will be this. Is it hateful content or whatever? You can like, it also give you scores on those categories. You got the point. Yeah, moderation is done in that way. Text completion, we just looked into the text completion feature and code completion feature. There is another feature, it's given by Dell E model, and it will give you the images of your prompt. If you give a white Siamese cat, it will generate that cat, like lots of things. I think you might have known what things can be done, but there is a there's a specific prompt is there, and you can check on, like you can go on documentation section and you can play with the playground, and you can see what things can be done. You can give certain parameters to it, you can even give the resolution to it, and it will give you the output as completion, image as completion. And let's go to another section. It's related to API reference. A lot of things here, how to make request, and what kind of model can be retrieved, what kind of model are there. For example, model ID 1, model ID 2 is there. Give me the model, it will give you the model. You use that model, and a model this API endpoint does that. And you also can set parameters for your completion. You can do that, right? You can for daily 2 models also slash images, I think it will give you the daily 2 model or daily model, sorry. Create image edit, create image variation, lots of things are there. We will be discussing these specific API references in the days to come with our specific code. We will we'll be discussing on fine tuning concept, and embedding concept also will be there in the days to come. But for now we will be looking into I think we have already prompt design also. The concept of prompt design is that you can like design custom prompts, and on that basis you will get the output, right? So there is a guideline for creating prompt, and on the basis of your prompt you will get the completion. And since it's a non-profit project, but definitely there are some uses, let's say incentive, or let's say you need it's not free. Like for first they have given you for free, but definitely there will be uses policies, or let's say you can only use it certain, you can make it's about like uses policy means just be like normal. Don't use harmful industry, for harmful industry. Don't promote anything bad, just be good. Your content must not follow this thing, and just use the free moderation endpoint. It's free, it doesn't use any your monthly limit. Also best practices are there, like use our free moderation API. There are limits to the rate of endpoint that you call. Prompt can be engineered in certain way to get certain completion. These are the things that they like recommend us to use if we are developing using these endpoints, or let's say using the OpenAI APIs. There is also a similar tokenizer, a page to understand what tokens are and how many tokens you will be using. So you need to know that how many tokens you will be using on your prompt. For example, this there is a codex model also, but on GPT model, give me a name for a puppy. Then I think it's a 7 token, 26 character. You can use to set parameters. You can use this tool to understand and set parameters accordingly. So I think we got a certain idea, or let's say certain overview idea of OpenAI, and I think we knew what kind of parameters are being used there, what kind of keywords. It is I just saw you, like, if you know these things, then you can now go into the specific topic and now work on code, or let's say now you can perform some of the example. You can go into the example section, and now you will understand what is happening under the hood, and what kind of problem it is like solving. For example, if you go to one of the example, and if you open the playground here, this use text DaVinci 003 model. Okay, text DaVinci 003 model, and you set temperature accordingly, maximum length of your, I don't know, I think it's for prompt. You can set parameters accordingly, and you can like what rooms do you have available, translate this into 1 French, Spanish and 3 Japanese. If you give prompt like this, and if you like, for example, if you submit it, and it will give you the translation. So it's a simple playground using text DaVinci 003 model. Okay, translation example, it's a simple example, and you can you can use these API requests in your application. Let me go to the Node.js. You can like import package, and accordingly you can use these parameters for so the objective of playground is to like just drag and drop, and just slide and play with the that's why it's called playground. Just play with your parameters and see what the output is, and after doing that, you develop your program accordingly. Endpoint is here. It's really easy. Okay, we also will be looking into this in the days to come in more detail. We will be creating a specific app using this, but OpenAI is like, it's really simple. Everything is in documentation. ChatGPT-3 is just a simple GPT-3 model. Everyone is talking about ChatGPT-3 right now, right? And also you can extract keywords from the given text. For example, let's go to the playground and let's see with our own eyes. Just extract keyword from this tag. If you give prompt like this, and if you give the let's see, and it will give it the keyword. Okay, look at these keywords. Okay, you can also write abstract for your now if you are writing paper, and if you want to write abstract using AI, generally I recommend you not to do that, but you can do that. It's really easy now. Let me go to the view code. It's so easy. Just write a model, just follow the documentation, and you will be like okay with it. Just to brainstorm more ideas what can be done with the OpenAI, there is an example section, there is a category section, and even you can ask the ChatGPT on like just brainstorm, give me ideas on what can I do, and it will give you. But generally it's a innovative kind of idea will not be there, because it's just a knowledge model that uses your what is there in the real market. It's feed you those ideas, but you have to just try all these things, and I don't know, maybe you get some ideas in the days to come. But it's a fun thing to try, like restaurant review creator, essay outline, you just conversation chat, notes to summary, JavaScript to Python, mood to color, everything is there. Just give it a try, and let's have a discussion on so you can just ping me on comment, and we can discuss about it. We can like work together to find some beautiful ideas to work on the OpenAI. Use OpenAI to make you beautiful products. Let's do it, guys. If you are interested, then I am also I'm here. I am also curious about it, and let's see what things will happen in the days to come. We just discussed about, and by the way, I was using this trap beat in my background. It's a really beautiful beat. I will give you the link of this trap beat. It's so beautiful. I think I can't play it loudly because of the copyright thing, but I will also give you the link to the trap beat. It's really beautiful, and I hope you got something out of this video. We learned something about OpenAI APIs. We learned something, some keywords. I think we got a general overview what OpenAI can do. And in the coming video section, we will try to solve some problems, or let's say create some project, anything we can do. And for now, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, keep on coding. Bye.